So I know that being a teacher and a parent is a very unique experience. So one thing that you're probably going through now that you've been out of school for a few days, maybe even a couple of weeks, is you're trying to figure out how to keep your child at home entertained, but you have that really strong desire to educate them as well. I have a few tips just for that. So I have my kids at home as well. And one thing I notice is that they actually let us know when they're getting bored. My 4-year-old will say, "What do you want me to do now?" And instead of saying, "I don't care, just go play," I start thinking of some things, and that's why we have this Epiphanies. So number 1 is to get them cooking in the kitchen. So I don't know why I'm starting off with this one. I guess because it's the most exciting one for me. But there's so much that kids learn when they're cooking in the kitchen. First of all, they learn fractions. Or for the younger kids, they learn whole numbers as they put 1 scoop in. My 11-year-old is learning that if you can't find the half cup measuring cup, use 2 of the 1/4. I think that's right. Yeah. And so they're learning fractions. They're also learning reading comprehension skills. They're learning vocabulary. They ask me all the time, what does it mean when it says whisk this? So cooking is the first tip that you and your kids can do while you are having some downtime right now. The other benefit is you can teach them about healthy eating, why they don't always want to eat out. You can tell them things that you've learned about healthy eating, about how to cut down on sugar or carbs, etc. Also, you can look into some online learning. This is my tip number 2. Now, there are so many free websites out there or apps out there that you can start online learning. The thing about it is, this isn't mandatory, so you can find things that they're actually interested in learning. So my daughter takes American Sign Language, ASL, online. We also use Duolingo to learn other languages. So there's so many out there that you can teach your kid a skill, and kids love learning. We know even in school, they get into the least amount of trouble when they're having fun learning. So that's my tip number 2. Number 3, I have art and other quiet activities. You don't want to hear yelling and running all through the house for the entire winter break. There's so many activities that kids can do that also allow them to have some quiet time. So I have 0 artistic abilities. Zip, zilch, none. But we started noticing that my daughter really is pretty good at art, even though she's 4. And so what we do is we buy her cheap art supplies from the Dollar Tree or wherever, and a few canvases or computer paper even, and we give her challenges and see if she can make certain things. There's also art videos online that you can get your kids some oil pastels and see if they can follow along with the tutorials on YouTube, for example. 4th, we have this suggestion, and that is to get them to practice something. So if they're in band, have they even broke out their band instrument? If they are in karate, they can practice what they've learned in karate. Just an example. So practice the skills that they've already committed to. And my last tip, number 5. This is the best time to teach your child something that you've been wanting to teach them to help out around the house. It takes a while to train our kids how to do things right, how to take out the trash, how to load the dishwasher, etc., etc. And so for a long time, we just say, "Oh, I'll do it myself. You don't know how to do that yet." Well, this is the time to do that. So if you teach them how to do things, it's actually going to save you time when school starts back. All you have to do is say, "Hey, kid, please go load the dishwasher." And so use this time now to train them correctly. And don't worry, they actually like helping. They actually need something to do. That's what we've been talking about this whole time. So I hope that you have learned a lot from this Epiphanies video, and I hope that you take the time to also tweet at us at TtT about things that you're getting your kids to do, especially if it's something that was featured in this video. We know that there's so many more ideas out there, and we can't wait to see and hear about them. Thanks, everyone.